La 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 la, through we go. The mods, twerk baby twerk, what? Do you guys want to see something cool real quick? To some of you, this may be an ordinary Harley Davidson, but to me, it is a pizza cutter. Look at me go. This is a lot of pressure with one hand and with a camera on me now. Oh! No! Oh, why? I feel dirty now. Entertain me while I eat. Mods, entertain me. But I just wanted to eat. All I wanted to do was eat. I didn't ask for this. Here's your problem. And people can actually corroborate this story. Step did not change the name of the chest. And the chest still said gifts for Will on it. Therefore, I treated the chest as it should be. Gifts for Will. I just assumed they were gifts to me. I checked the VOD then. Do you know what? Fuck it. I don't care. Let's go fucking check the VOD. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Here we go. I need a mending book. Let's see. I need a mending book. Look what I got holding in my hand right here. I got... Shit. Okay, I asked for a mending book though. I assume this was gifts to me. Guys, what the fuck have you just done to my house? My house! What is happening? Guys, you can't be changing times of day out of nowhere. Look, I may have stolen, but I would also argue that I have stolen the hearts of a nation. Will we go to jail? Actually, Malware, if you look here, where are the mending books? Do you guys see the mending books? Because I don't see any mending books in my chest. This better be fixed by the time I'm home. Yeah, Chester, you don't see it. So Chester gets it. Chester doesn't see them. All those mending books to mend the floor, criminal scum. Guys, I'm not a criminal. Yes, I made a mistake. Okay, it's fine. I can hold my hands up. I misread the offer that was being given to me by Step. And as you can see from the footage clearly there, if I open the chest, all the remaining books have been stolen from me. And I would make an argument that we should be hunting down the criminals who stole from me. Because I am a man of my word, I would have returned said mending books. Will, what, Malware, what? Malware, what? This discussion will be, oh, it'll be today, will it? Well, I'm aware that you guys are joining to become communism, and I wish for those discussions to take place with the head of communism, aka Sil Spencer. And I will call out hypocrisy and lying when I see it. We will appoint a neutral judge, one who has no affiliation to both parties. I'm the founder. Are you looking to have your death count go up by another 10 deaths? Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Is that a threat? Mr. Malware, you and I are taking this down the democratic route to come to a solution. And you are threatening me with violence. Make note of this, ladies and gentlemen, make note. I'm defenseless. This man has full diamond armor. I'm simply walking around in iron, trying to live my best life. And I have been heckin' bamboozled. I have been threatened. I have been touched inappropriately by this man.
You might want to lawyer up William.
So Spencer, the allegations that are being pressed forward by your goons, by your lackeys, are completely false and untrue. There is video evidence of a mistake happening, yes, but we'll discuss it in court time.
This is a formal wording. My clients have decided to sue Chester.
Decide to sue Chester. Chester on what grounds? Do you have to sue Chester? Oh, hello, Nightmare. A gift for me. Will Swaggy Pat? Oh, I'm gonna wear these to court. Have a steak. We gotta get the fit ready for court, I think, because also, Puppy, can you come back and destroy this, please? Bro, how high did they build this? I swear it wasn't this high.
Okay, hello.
Excuse me. Would you guys mind stepping outside the door? I'd rather you weren't on my property, please.
Sure, yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, well, we've spoke to the locals in around these parts, and we have been issued a warrant to give to you. We'll be searching your home for any evidence we find.
This just says warrant.
Yes, it's our warrant.
This needs to be signed by a judge. Did you go to Llama?
Okay, yeah, can I have it back, please?
Get this signed by Llama first. What are you doing around the corner there?
Nothing.
Avert your eyes.
Oh, okay.
Nothing happened. Okay, so I went to the judge. Sorry. There you go. I think it's spelled correctly. Malware did it.
It's not been signed.
It says signed by Llama.
It really doesn't.
I don't know how to write in books and quests.
You mean Llama doesn't?
You
You mean
just-
Llama doesn't know?
Yeah, I mean, Llama doesn't. technically.
So of course, based on that information, I do not want you guys searching through my chest. However,
No, let's-
what I will give you is I will give you some public information. Follow me, boys, ahead of your case. As you can see, if you come across the lovely bridge over here, everybody, you
Yeah.
can see my enchantment ensemble. Now, you
Oh,
may
shit.
notice is that in the chest here, which I am giving you permission to open.
Oh, how interesting! It has one of my books in it.
Oh, really?
One of
I
my
believe that was
books.
it. That was
Yeah, one
that
of-
was a book that was
Yeah.
gifted to
I
me.
know. Yeah, I know.
You can take it back if you really want. As you can see,
Exactly.
there are no mending books in there.
And so, what if they're in your house? What about that?
Interesting. Who's going through my chests over there?
No one?
No, no one.
Nothing's happening over here.
Oh,
He's just an
really?
agent.
I
Nothing's going on
thought I
here,
saw a
man.
cool bug over here, actually.
Yeah.
Just
can you
just
video
touch on my diamonds. You can have a look. There's no books in here. You can.
Oh, I can have a look. Okay.
Why'd you have so many blocks of coal?
I'm sorry. Get out. Leave. No, I will see you in court. Please exit from my
You're
land.
not-
I am asking you respectfully. Otherwise, I will have to consider using force.
Is this guy your bodyguard? Is this guy actually your bodyguard?
No, he's just a neighbour. Concerned. A concerned
Okay,
neighbour.
We broke no laws, Step. It's okay. We broke no laws. See you in court, Will!
See you in
Fuck
court.
you!
I was a little bit worried about some of the ramifications of them. You know, we will bring that up to Llama because I think that's something which should be worried about. Now, this over here is my evidence. I also have a different evidence. Mawa did open the chest without my permission. I admit I may have accidentally provided consent, and that's okay. Providing consent accidentally may have happened, okay? And I'm not going to dispute that. However, I believe he opened it before I gave consent. Right.
Okay.
Let me see this warrant.
Guys?
Please present it.
Anyone gonna speak?
Oh, under J14 Will's consent. Okay, so this is what this says. Okay, well, that's fine. You're welcome to glance into my home. This is not my home. This is outside my home. You've checked these anyway, but that's fine. Please have a glance into my home. Oh, you're trying to see if there's blocks like underneath. I can reassure you with the utmost confidence there is nothing under those floorboards. As we will be
Skep fan,
discussing
yeah, I don't
shortly,
remember.
any and all mending books that
Did you
were
get
in my
it?
possession were stolen from me.
By who?
I do not know.
Who?
I simply, to the end of yesterday's stream at approximately 1 AM, and the
Okay.
beginning of today's stream, there were no more mending books left. They'd all been stolen.
So it's almost as if they magically disappeared.
You can check the logs. I haven't gone into creative mode if that's what you're insinuating.
Well, we will see you in court.
Certainly.
This is scary.
Gentlemen, have you found what you were looking for within my home? I believe it has been enough time since the warrant's been issued. You have found no evidence of unrelated to the case. You have very pretty eyes.
Hello, Mr. J14 Will Official. If you would please be seated here. Mr. Spencer is suing J14 Will Official for, if
I
I'm
would
correct,
like
is
to-
it stealing of mending books?
Judge, this is completely out. You've got it
Oh,
wrong. I am not suing my client's communism. They are suing for theft and defamation of character.
Oh, of course. My apologies. It is it Mr. J14 Will Official or is it Mr. Chester?
Mr. J14 Will Official and Chester is one of our defamation of
The
character.
case defamation of character.
This
Please
is
be
evidence
seated.
exhibit A.
Shall be taken.
Exhibit 8, wait, you've just, what is your exhibit,
Mr.
Mr. Spencer?
I
Let's
will ask
watch,
again,
let's
has that been
watch. I will play it for the courtroom now. I got... Wow, that's insane, bro. Take this diamond horse on, man. Wow, that's insane. Wow. Crazy. Wow. Yeah, you see,
From what I've gathered from this
I won't take both your mending
information,
books, though, that's
Mr.
fine.
J14 Will Official
I
has
guess I'll just
seen
pop on.
a chest full of mending books with the simple phrase "mending books" inside. Is this correct, Mr. Spencer?
Yes, it is, and I would like to
Is this
ask
correct,
my witness
Mr.
Womble
Spencer?
some questions about this clip.
This seems to be quite a bad court case.
Step, did
Yeah,
you
speaking.
Yes, we
agree
can.
with Will beforehand that diamond horse armor would be a trade for those mending books?
We agreed upon one mending book for the diamond horse arm. Although I will admit, later on I did say I would quadruple
Is
the
this-
offer, which would be 4 mending books.
Is this correct,
So
Mr.
not the whole
J14 Will
chest,
Official?
correct?
From our initial discussion, yes, indeed it is.
So what we can see right here is basic stealing. He has taken more than he bartered for, and that is an outright steal. He just
Hello, Your Honour. I must say, not to be candid, but you're looking mighty fine. today. I do like your regal dress sense.
Thank you.
And ladies and gentlemen of the courtroom, you all look fantastic as always. Hello, pleasure to have you all here.
If you would please, if you'd please provide your case against the information as to why you took 26 mending books instead of 1 mending book for the trade of a diamond horse armor.
Well, firstly, if you look at the footage, there are 22 taken rather than 26, which may lead you to believe that maybe you can't trust them for anything that they say during the rest of this case. Now, it is true, ladies and gentlemen of the court, it is true that I took that many books. However, there are 2 specific reasons why I did what I did. If you cast your minds back earlier to the stream, and some of you were there to bear witness, I went around like a lovely Santa Claus that I am, and I gave out many gifts to people on the server. I believe Panda Noms received a gift. I believe Bobby received a gift. Pyro received a gift. Chester received a gift. And many others.
26
Llama.
books were taken from the chest.
Oh,
so
I
would
see.
like to
22.
like
22 stolen.
books
I
were
see.
stolen.
Because of the...
The 26
I
were
understand.
taken
I
from the chest.
understand, Your Honour. Thank you.
Please provide-
Continuing anyway. Continuing on with my story. Because it leads somewhere, Your Honour. Now, K-Step, at the time when we were friends, he left a chest out with goodies to me, including said diamond horse armour, in which I distributed out to the wonderful people of this server.
Yes.
Now, the chest in particular, which I have in my possession right here. Now, Mr. Step had a sign on said chest saying gifts for J14 Will. Now, forgive me, Your Honour, if a short while later when coming back, I'm going to make a trade with somebody. When you are making a transaction with somebody within the game of Minecraft, you place a chest down, they place their items in, the items are taken. Now, I am aware, and I will admit fault on this behalf. I have one further piece of evidence that I would like to, a couple of further pieces of evidence actually I would like to provide. The first one, just this one first. Firstly, would you all be able to just tune over to the stream? Now, this is some footage from yesterday, shortly after the incident that you saw in the first clip. Now, I would like you to note the names in the chat, as well as the voice on text-to-speech by a certain person in the courtroom. We're being very specific on times.
Got mugged for over a stack of emerald blocks worth of books, but my fault for leaving them there.
Yeah. Now, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen of the courtroom, as per the text-to-speech used by one K-Step, whose name you can see in the top left of the stream, he spoke about a stack of emerald blocks worth of books, but he has specifically said the words, "my fault for leaving them there." Therefore, K-Step has admitted himself that he is to blame for his actions. And that is all the evidence that I provide for now. I rest my case for the moment.
I would like to ask some questions before he goes and sits down. So, Step, I would like you to chime in on this. When you said it was your fault for leaving them there, what did you mean by that? Would you like to talk about that?
Yes, I meant it in a way, it was my fault for leaving them out in the open, where Mr. J14 Will Official, as he did, could have taken them out of my chest, when as I should have put them in a more secure location, but I left them there for my teammates to easily access when they next logged on.
And Will, I would like to ask you a couple questions here. So the chest was clearly different. The chest was a different chest. It said gifts for J14 Will, but then we've switched the sign after you have left to mending books for our communism, for mending books for us. So you clearly went in a chest that was now meant for us, that now said nothing about your name, and you have taken all of the mending books from it. And if you look in the thing, Step still says he was mugged by you. Whether it was his own fault, you've still gone and taken them. If someone left their door open and you went in and robbed someone's chest, it's still you who's robbed them. It doesn't matter if he left it in the open, it is still your fault for taking those mending books. Am I correct?
No.
Why?
Because, as I said, per the conventions, the sign earlier had said J14 Will Official things, and in the heat of the moment within the trade.
A trade that you had agreed was for mending books.
Whoa.
The diamond horse armor.
I was also part of a trade with Chester, who I would like to call to the witness stand now.
So from what I understand, if I quickly J14 Will has realised his mistake, however information has arisen around a difference. Step has apologised and realised left there for Will. Couple has agreed to leaving them there, however J14 Will took them instead of having them in a secure location. But this was for his teammates to obtain off. J14 Will entered the chest, in which was changed from gift to regular chest, and J14 Will has not realised this case and has taken them against their will.
Of course, Sean.
Will claims that the trade he did not realise the chest was changed, and he's claiming it is not his fault. Is that correct? Is that correct?
That seems to be correct so far. But in the heat of the trade I'm not referring to is the one between myself and K-Step, of which the evidence has already been provided. I was talking about the trade between myself and a certain Chester, which had been agreed upon. Now, Chester and I had an agreement over this pickaxe right here, Your Honor. This diamond pickaxe with efficiency 4, fortune free, and unbreaking free. Chester and I had an agreement that I would provide him with some mending books in exchange for this pickaxe. Hence, my trade with Mr. Step here for the mending books for the diamond armor.
How many mending books was it for the pickaxe, may I ask?
We didn't set a number.
Do you have the exact number? I would like to know the exact number.
Well, I threw some at Chester.
I think I got 12 mending books for it.
12 mending books appears to be the price for this pickaxe. And thus I gave him the payment as agreed on after the prior mistake with miscommunication, I should say, rather than mistake, because I don't feel I'm at fault with Step.
So, at any point in time, did Mr. Bell say to J14 Will Official that he wanted the mending books back? During the stream, Miss May inquire. Mr. Bell, did you ever inquire J14 Will Official to get the books back?
I do not remember.
He did not, Your Honor.
So, from what I'm hearing, J14 Will Official was never asked to return the books.
I will add, I do not mind about the mending books were stolen. It is the fact that he stole them. But getting them back was not it was not necessary for me. I wished for him not to rob from me. That's all that matters.
Oh!
May I
Your Honor. Your Honor.
So, wait. So,
Please let that go on the record, Your Honor.
Mr. Bell, Mr. Bell, may I please inquire what you are hoping to get from this court case?
I wish for Will to be punished in some way. Because I will say, my fellow communist at the back of the room, Mr. Malware, had asked for them back himself.
No,
that's all.
Your Honor.
Mr. Malware, can Mr. Can Mr. Malware please come to the witness stand? Mr. Malware, from what I'm understanding, you asked J14 Will to inquire the mending books back. Is that correct?
Yes, I did.
Were you ever involved in the legal or trade action of these mending books?
I was not.
Did Will acknowledge that you wanted to get these mending books back?
Yes, he did.
From what I can understand is Mr. J14 Will Official has realised Mr. Malware has wanted the books back, but for which he did not understand. Is that true, Mr. J14 Will Official?
Mr. Malware made me aware that he was looking for the books back. However, seeing I wasn't sure of his affiliation with Mr. Step, I decided that it was not worth it to answer to him, and I would wait for a communication from Mr. Step directly.
Mr. Malware, are you looking for compensation from Mr. J14 Will Official on the behalf of the books?
Yes, I am.
Can you please state the amount of books you would like to receive from Mr. J14 Will Official?
26 books in total.
Objection! I would
Yes,
object to that amount, because hereby the official trade with myself with Step, our trade did validly take place, of which Step has admitted the 4 books for 1 diamond armor. So I would make the objection that if Mr. Malware, although incorrectly, was looking for some form of compensation, it would be the amount of 22 books.
I think it should be. My client Malware thinks it should be 26 because of the amount of trouble we have had to go through to get you to admit that you took 26, which you did.
And 4 of those were part of our pre-established deal.
Mr. J14 Will Official, how many mending books do you currently have in your possession?
0.
May I ask what happened to the extra mending books that we're not using from the trade?
So as 12 of those books were provided to Chester, leaving a grand total of 14. Now,
Yes.
one of those mending books was used on this pick.
Describing the theft of J14 Will Official and 22 mending books.
Irrelevant.
I
Extra.
understand that information, Mr. Whatever your name is, but currently Mr. Petrigor seems to be running away from the information. So, and if Mr. Petrigor is in direct contact with what in God's if Mr. Petrigor is in obtation of said mending books, we may be able to acquire back these books from Mr. Petrigor, and these books can be taken into consideration as compensation. Here we have Mr. Petrigor inside of the cage that I have built, and he will be attended to later on in the session. May I ask, does Mr. J14 Will Official
Yes, Your
claim
Honor.
to want anything back from Mr. Sol Spencer as, let's say, verbal misconduct?
Well, of course. Well, firstly, may I please present some evidence forward to you?
Yes, of course.
Now, as you may be aware, Sol Spencer recently approached you for a warrant to search my property.
Indeed.
Now, while I did not fully agree with the conduct and the nature... Chester, you fucking idiot. the nature and the conduct of which they conducted said warrant search was not good enough or safe. They did, however, before they leave, throw this. And I would like to say that this is an insult and an insinuation, and I would like to use that as a counter to their derogatory claims and accusations.
I shall be marking this hoedown as evidence, and I will be
Excuse
keeping
me,
it for
sir.
the future in terms of...
Your
the
Honour,
stakes.
may I explain what it was about? It was a compliment to his mother. I was calling her efficient, unbreakable, mending.
I'm very
Yeah.
fortunate to have such a wonderful
Yeah,
son.
it was merely a compliment, not an insult.
From what...
Just
So far from what I have concluded, Mr. J14 Will Official is unaware he has stolen the mending books and has used them in purpose. What I can stand is stealing is necessarily allowed, but not allowed on this server. From which I can understand J14 Will Official was not aware he has stolen, so he did not see any miswrongings. However, the possessions were soon asked for back, in which J14 Will Official did not respond, which is a part of the rules of the server. What I've concluded so far, if Mr. Petrigor has these books in his possession, he will be supplemented for these books to be given back to J14 Will Official. And I believe as a form of, due to the misconduct of both sides, I believe 10 mending books should be provided back to Mr. Sol Spencer in communism. And for Mr. J14 Will Official, a diamond horse armor should be provided back. If Mr. Petrigor could provide these mending books currently...
Your Honor, that is a joke. He stole 22, and he gets away with an extra 12? He gets away with an extra 12?
Oh, what's that
How
on
is
the
that
floor?
fair?
Hang on.
Explain to
Your
me.
Honour, there is...
Explain
Your
to me
Honour.
how that is fair.
Order in my courtroom. Order.
Your Honour, I've...
Mi-
Oh my goodness me. Your Honour, I've just found this on the floor
I
in
just
front
gave
of
it
the
to him.
opposition.
I gave it to him.
He just provided
What?
it to me. Yeah, you're right. He did just provide that to
I
me.
gave him horse armor.
He just provided that to me, Your Honour. He has just admitted it in the courtrum that he has
I gave him horse armor.
He's
What's
just
that?
I have it on
provided
record.
that to
I
me.
gave him horse armor.
Order. Mr.
Yeah.
Wondell, is this true?
That is not true. I have not touched any books and quills since I have started this server. If you wish to, you can search it for my fingerprints, sir.
Mr. Sol Spencer,
Yes.
do you agree the rules of this server were applied earlier on this season? Do you admit that the rules of the server were already settled before the trade had occurred?
The rules of the server were settled before the trade was occurred. I did not hand him that book. I handed him horse armor, and I can prove it with the recording.
Mr. Sol Spencer, in the rules of the server, hello Mr. Wolfridge, stealing under a case is allowed. However, where I seem to draw the line is if the items are asked for back. Mr. Malware, not part of the trade, asked these items back, but on the behalf of communism, he wished to have them.
Your Honor, what trade? The trade of 4? Okay, that trade was done. That trade was done, and he
Mr.
stole more.
Spencer,
That
Mr.
makes that
Spencer,
trade
Mr.
irrelevant.
Mr. Spencer, order, please. The trade was acquired. From what I can understand is, if Mr. J14 Will gets his mending books back, gets those also on back, that would leave a trade of 26 mending books. Halving this amount equals to 13, the amount stolen from Mr. Petrigor, which will be provided back to you in case. Because the goal between Mr. Chester and Mr. J14 has already been incurred, and at the time he's not even stolen, I do not agree that these were stolen. I do not agree. If Mr. Petrigor could provide back the information or the mending books from the J14 official, I believe for the misconduct on both sides of the thing, the misconduct of forging items from both sides, and the case of misconduct on both sides, Mr. Petrigor seems to have escaped
I
the building.
think he's escaping.
Oh.
From what I can understand is, Mr. Malware and Mr. Step will receive 13 mending books back as they were stolen rightfully from them. However, due to the essence of the misinformation, J14 Will Official will be allowed to keep the pickaxe that is in the inventory, and Mr. Chester will be allowed to keep the mending books. already
Excuse
obtained.
me, Your Honor.
If you would,
Your Honor, where did
count off this information, that would
Your Honor,
gladly be accepted.
Your Honor, where did the defendant go?
Yeah, that's my question.
Yeah, he kind.
Quick, get the fuck out of the call. No, don't take him back. Your Honor, Your Honor, Your Honor.
You ran away.
Oh,
Mr.
Your Honor.
ran away.
Your
Your
Honor.
official, due to leaving the courtroom under the legal case, under Rule 17.74, you are under arrest for the escape of a courtroom.
Your Honor, Your Honor. Firstly, I would say that you should.
You're guilty.
You should not be abusing your mod powers
You're
in
guilty.
law-related offences, as per the rules stated to you today in the Discord server.
This is law.
Order in the courtroom. Order in the courtroom. Mr. J14 will official. You attempted to run away under legal binding of the courtroom in which
I was actually, Your Honor, before actually, Your Honor, I was going to go and chase down Petrigor, the witness, who you can see has escaped. The thief of the books has escaped.
Teleportation. Let the judge handle that. That has got nothing to do with you.
Your Honor.
apprehended. Mr.
Honor.
J14 will official. Did I give you permission to leave this courtroom under legal
You
binding?
didn't give me permission to
Your
enter
Honor.
the courtroom either.
Did you... I gave permission as well. Did you early agree to the rules and conduct of
Your
the
Honor,
jury?
may I address the court?
You may.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen of the court, I am but a humble man, but a simple man. I'm a man that has lived his life across many different planes
And generations.
and generations. I am a man who loves democracy just as much as you and I. Because I am not just a humble man on this server. I am a friend, a guardian. Some would say a pumpkinhead. Some would say a lover. But what I truly am to the people and this court is I am a man of high moral fibre and high levels of integrity. I will always honour the law, no matter what happens, and the
One more person to the witness stand.
You may.
Panda Noms.
If Miss Panda Noms would please come up to the thing.
Panda, I would like to ask you some questions. So Will apparently gave you some items as a gift, is this correct?
He gave me one item, correct.
And did Will take anything from this item? Did Will take anything from your base?
He tried to take my fox. I caught a fox. I put it in a boat. I was trying to put it in his exhibit. And then this man came, sat in the boat, and drove away with the boat.
And what did I then do?
After I kicked you, you drove it back to where it was.
Your Honour, I move this be dismissed. And a
Excuse me,
practical
Your Honor,
joke
Your
between
Honor,
friends.
Your Honor,
Objection.
no,
May I say?
Your Honor, this is attempt.
Mrs. Panda
Kidnapping.
Noms. Mr. Panda Noms.
Yes.
Mister.
Do you see this as Mr. J14 will official kidnapping your fox?
Yes.
Did you ever give any consent for to take your fox?
I did not.
Did you ever wish for J14
What the
will
fuck is
official
going
to
on?
panic for taking your fox?
Fuck
I
off!
do.
Stop suing me!
Under the law of kidnapping and animal endangerment, Mr. J14 will official will now suffer 1 day. 1 day in Mr. J14 will official. I'm going to present. Would you rather be presented to a 12-hour stream, or would you rather take 5 shots of an alcohol
Now,
for the misconduct, mistreatment, and abuse of Mrs. Panda Noms?
now,
Fox.
Your Honour, before we move on to this issue, I would just like to confirm with the opposition party that we are comfortable with our agreement in relation to the.
I have a booking call before I have a booking call right here. If you two would like to, if I give this one to Mr. J14 will official, Mr. J14 official, if you would like to sign this book, and if I give this book to Mr. Sol Spencer, if you
Chester.
would
I would like my
to sign
client to read it
Can I
first.
have
Yeah,
the book?
I want
please?
to see
Yeah.
this. I want to see that.
it. If both of you, if
me have a look.
both of you can sign this book,
Can I see
I
this?
will give. We will concede with this agreement,
12
and I will
hours.
provide the
12
13
hours.
books that I've apprehended Mr. Petgore back to communism.
Now,
I would-
Your Honour, in relation
see
to
that.
that book, I do
Let me
want
see
to.
that.
I do
Oh,
want
let me see that. Let me see that. What's
The
that?
30 Mendy books will come exclusively from Petrigor and not from myself. Is that correct?
Mr. If we look up here, I do indeed have the 13 mending books apprehended. Mr. Petgore,
Fantastic.
in my
Okay, that's
possession.
super. And of course, I will speak directly now to Sol Spencer, the lawyer. You are, of course, in agreement that once these are signed, if you are all is permitting, that this case will be dropped and no further lawsuits will come from this situation. Are you comfortable with that?
I do not agree that no further lawsuits should come.
Then I don't think I can willingly sign this, Your Honour.
No lawsuits come from this case.
No, from this specific case. No, in the future, if there's anything happens...
It won't come from this specific case.
No will come from the specific case, then I'm willing to sign.
Your Honor, what about the incident with Pandoms? Will we not suffer?
No, we'll sort that out.
This be concluded in a few seconds after we sign this contract. I would just like to get these books signed first, and then we can.
Sign it for our names. Oh wait, let me put my signature in there.
J14 Will Official has assigned this contract.
Okay, you sign your name. Put your name in the book and then sign it. Why is this man... Your Honor, may I ask why Petrigor is still allowed to roam around freely? Like, what was up with that? He's in danger. He's a danger to us.
Mr. Petrigor, do returning the mending. If Mr. Bell, Mr. Sosento would like to claim these mending books back from
I don't have inventory.
Your Honour, could you please let me know when this case is officially regarded as dismissed?
Yes, of course. Once these books are returned,
I take the rest.
On your question, Mr. Petrigor has indeed returned the 13 mending books that he stole.
I would like to address...
No legal action will be taken against Mr. Petrigor for the returning of the items.
I would like to address J14 Will Official before we wrap this up.
Oh, certainly. Please do. Please do.
Will, you have damaged communism. You have stolen from us. You have admitted it. If we ever catch you roaming around our base or our raid farm anywhere, I will officially declare war on you. Take that not as a threat, but as an understanding that you do not come near our base.
Okay, of course, Mr. Spencer. I wouldn't want
this case officially closed. Moving on with, but due to.
Sir, before we start this case, you're aware we've had a long, hot and stuffy time in the courtroom. I need to just pop back to my home just for a moment, just to deal with some items, if that's possible.
Mate, I feel like he should have an escort.
Why? Oh no, do you not know? It's fine. Have this case. It's fine. Me versus Pandoms. Get out of the way.
J14 Will Official. I would like to state a few words before we continue.
Okay.
Due to current information provided from my associates and information given to me, Mrs. Pandoms has been griefly harmed by her actions.
There's a naked man.
If you do remember, I gave you two options earlier of 5 shots of an alcohol, but of a strong alcohol, or a 12-hour stream. Have you decided which yet two choices you would like to decide, or do you have a counter offer in which you would like to place?
Now, Your Honour, for either of these, would they have to take place tonight?
No.
Neither of these would have to. The shot would have to take place tonight, however the 12-hour stream would not.
And what would be the limitations on a time frame for a 12-hour stream?
The limitations for the time limit on 12-hour stream would be 12 hours.
No. In terms of like when would my deadline be by? Like I'd have to get that done by.
Your deadline, would have to be with anywhere you want. It could be a weekend in the future.
Okay.
However, what I will say is it has to take place within at least 2 months.
Within 2 months of the court case. Your Honour, I will accept the charges and I will accept accountability for my actions, and I will agree and go with the proposal of a 12-hour stream, please.
Is everyone in the court case happy with what has happened in this court today?
May he sign a contract to confirm that he is legally binded to do so?
Yes, I will write that.
Would you be able to deliver that to my home address? I have some important business I need to attend to.
Of course.
Thank you very much.
Court is now dismissed.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Get me the fuck out of it. Guys, I cannot believe it. We have just... Because that was intense. That was an intense last hour or so, if you don't mind me saying. That was incredibly intense. But, well, 12-hour stream, it probably will be Minecraft. Let's talk about how the results of that stream. So, of that court case. So, in terms of the mending books, we don't have to give any mending books back at all. Petri stole some mending books off of me, and therefore, we have nothing else that we need to return. And the 12-hour stream is fine, that's a different case, that's whatever. But I'll be for settled communism, they cannot pursue me any further, which means I'm comfortable heading down into this chasm here, opening this chest, and just conveniently taking out these mending books that I made earlier on the stream, which I can store away for another occasion. Oh, Llama! Hello, Llama! Oh, hi, a contract! Hi, Llama, how is it? How's it
Hello,
going?
sir. I've just come to inform you if you would like to read this and
Oh,
disclose any
oh,
information
certainly,
you
yeah,
do
of course,
not
certainly, yeah. Miss J14 Willow Gristle agrees to the 12-hour stream, of which must take place within the next time frame of 2 months. I assume that the deadline then is the 7th of March, 2023.
Yep.
Ms. Pandanoms has agreed this is a suitable punishment for J14 Gristle, and the charge of animal abuse will be dropped. Do you know what? I will sign that. Thank you very much, Llama. There you go.
You rat bastard, you perjury! Perjury!
What are you referring to, sir?
You moved the mending books, we saw it on your stream!
Oh, that's irrelevant now. As discussed in the case, any and all further lawsuits related to this incident will be dropped. Why do you think I was pressing for that clause so much? There's nothing you can do, sir. I was not robbed. I was simply smarter than you.
So you lied! So you lied! You lied in court! You
Unfortunately, so we signed some documentation stating that this will never be spoken about
has
again.
nothing to do with your case, you just
I
lied!
am not-
That makes everything you said irrelevant!
Maybe I'm just making this up for the call, so you don't know. You have a
That makes
good rest of your night, lawyer boy. Better call
Okay, but
Saul.
you still said it, which means you said.
They don't even know what perjury means. They don't know what it means. They're just making up words. I got stuff to do, guys. You know.